2, 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. We've got a like on it before we've even started. We've got a like on the video before we've even started. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Simon, down in front. So we're going to get nothing but your head in the frigging shot again. Up. Right. Team's being walked out by the under-9s. Okay, Coventry United under-9s. That word, yeah. They're number 10 and number 7 have swapped. 10 and 7. That come from the manager? Right. Number 10, number 7. I'll change on the fly. Cheers for letting me know. Right, you ready? United Counties League Premier Division South. Opening day, check. FA Cup, check. So far, so good for Coventry United in their first week of the 2021-22 season. 2 wins, 7 goals and just 1 conceded. But the question is, can the Red and Greens maintain this impressive level of performance? G.N.G. Oadby Town are the opposition tonight as we bring you exclusive coverage from the Butts Park Arena on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Terry Anson rings the changes tonight with 3 additions to the starting lineup. The one who is blatantly off loose, it must be said, is Liam Cairns. He may be tough as nails, but 2 broken teeth plus a broken nose and jaw are too much for even Cairnsy to play through. Joe Smith drops to the bench with Lewis Hayden also missing out. Their replacements are Joe Cairns, Harry Sawyer and a first league start for Charlie Faulkner. The returning Chris Camwell is on the bench. G.N.G. Oadby Town are still to get off the mark, conceding 6 goals without reply in their opening 2 fixtures in League and Cup. This is the team they'll be hoping can score their first goal of the season, maybe even score their first points. Charlie Andrews is in goal, defensive Hundal, Godhania, Baines and Gill, while United stopper Reece Francis will have to be tested by Gomez, Tandy and Parks. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Butts Park Arena, live and in colour. Well, not quite in colour, it's just the commentary tonight. Liam Cook here taking you through this United Counties League Premier Division South match between Coventry United and G.N.G. Oadby Town. So let's take you through the full starting lineup here on YouTube, starting with our visitors of G.N.G. Oadby Town. The team for Oadby: number 1, Charlie Andrews; 2, Arjun Hundell; number 3, Nikisha Godhania; number 4, Matt Richmond; 5, Mandeep Baines; number 6, Rickveer Gill; 7, Ben Salt; 8, Adam Zia; number 9, Nuno Gomez; number 10, Gurprit Tandy; and number 11, Lamar Parks. Substitutes are Shankar, Gill, Siddhar, Dilaseda and Sahota. And the Coventry United team, well, of course, the first name on the team sheet is Reece Francis. What a performance he had on Sunday. So he is starting in goal as usual. Harry Sawyer returns at the back. Number 3 is Ben Valance. 4, the captain, Aaron Williams. Number 5, Nat Kelly. 6, Dom Perkins. 7, Joe Cairns. Number 8, Charlie Faulkner, his first league start for United. Number 9, Riley O'Sullivan. 10, Kyle Carey. And number 11, Tyler Hanno. On the bench, number 12, Joe Smith. 14, Dom Lane. 15 is Ty Knight. 13 is Chris Roscoe. And I've got a treat for you folks on the bench. Back with the red and greens. Signed yesterday, number 16, Chris Canwell. Well, I want to say before kick-off a huge shout-out to our very own Connor West, who's laid up at home at the moment, been in and out of hospital with an ankle injury. It comes to something we're talking about injuries to the media staff rather than the players. But Connor's listening from home. Hope you're doing well, mate. And we are underway at the Butts Park Arena in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Oadby Town kick-off in their all-blue strip with white lining. Coventry United, as you would expect, in their traditional red and green colours. Early attack from Oadby with Gomez. Charlie Faulkner in from behind, and he was a little too forceful in trying to retrieve the ball from Lamar Parks. Great start for Coventry United in their opening 2 matches last week in the Emirates FA Cup 4-1 victory over Worcester City. Their 3-0 opening day win at the Butts over Long Buckby United. And back to the keeper after Francis' long ball. Rickveer Gill getting the job done there. Hundell. Here's Parks. Salt's just checking his run. Parks maintains possession. The lunge in by Charlie Faulkner. This time does get enough of the ball. Faulkner shields well from Salt. Hefty back pass to Ben Valance. Valance to Francis. Now Aaron Williams. Remember, 3 changes to the lineup. The Coventry United, one of which Liam Cairns, who despite his horrific injuries from that clash in the Worcester game, is here tonight backing his team. And his cousin Joe has taken his place in the midfield 3. Harry Sawyer's coming for Joe Smith, who's earned a rest, and Lewis Hayden replaced by Charlie Faulkner, who is playing more of a central role tonight. He does usually play across the front 3, either the wing or as the number 9, but he seems to be playing behind the strikers and appears to be a 4-2-1-3. It's going to be Matt Richmond with this free kick. Cushioned header by Sawyer. Only as far as Gomez. Nuno Gomez hassled and harried on the edge of the area. He was sandwiched between Perkins and Williams, and I'd say no more than 5 yards outside the box. It's a G.N.G. Oadby free kick, which Gomez has placed. I expect it will be the man who won the free kick, Nuno Gomez, to take the set piece, and a chance at Oadby's first goal of the 2021-22 season. It is up to Gomez against Francis. Golden opportunity for Oadby, and it's straight at Francis. Incredible performance by Francis on Sunday. He didn't have to be at those levels to save that. Another strong crowd at the Butts Park Arena, despite it being midweek. Only 400 people attending the opening day match despite it being a Wednesday. We're yet to have a game on Saturday here at the Woods Park Arena. And Riley O'Sullivan waiting in the penalty area. Richmond just able to nod it over. And O'Sullivan just leaving his calling card there with a shoulder barge on Arjun Hundal. On the way out, it went out for a Coventry United throw, level with the penalty area. Harry Sawyer making his first start of the season. Will take it to Joe Cairns. Flicks it away from Parks. Williams takes it towards the centre circle, and Ben Valence there, United regrouping. Valence ducks away from Gomez. Kelly. Now Ben Valence. Given away by Haddo, couldn't control. Now surging away is Baines. And a trip by Riley O'Sullivan on the way through. But he'd already played the ball. Referee telling Oadby to get on with it. Poorly placed pass though by Hundal. Collected by Aaron Williams. Here's Sawyer, ducks away from Parks. And a slide in, taking it out of play. Adam Zaya right on the halfway line. Coventry United throw. Big Dom Perkins, a goal saver on Sunday, clearing a goal band header off the line when Reece Francis was out of commission. Nat Kelly had a great game that day, except for giving away a penalty, which was later saved by Francis. And this set-up pairing is really settling in nicely. After United lost Lewis Eisen to Hednesford in the summer, and of course Michael Quirk decided to retire. Poor control by Hundal to that long ball. So puts it across for Tyler Haddo. It hasn't crossed the line. No, it hasn't. It should have been an easy goal for Haddo, but he didn't get the right connection. Early disappointment for Haddo. He has scored in both of United's opening games. Scored a late one against Long Buckby and scored in the 6th minute on Sunday, and that should have been an easy goal for Haddo, but he decided to be a little unselfish and maybe give Oadby a chance in this match. Williams with the aerial duel from the goal kick, but it's Hundal now to Parks. Sawyer wraps his leg around Parks, and it's out of play for another throw, about 5 yards shy of the halfway line in United territory. Ball in the hand of Matt Richmond. Here's Zaya. He trips on the ball with a back heel through to Parks. And another back heel from Parks to Hundal. Flicks it up for Gomez in the penalty area. Nat Kelly is short. It doesn't reach him. And Perkins furious at the referee, saying that he felt that Kelly had been caught in the head in that exchange. We're back on the way immediately with this throw-in. Over to the far side with Gadhania. Gadhania's ball to Gomez. It's offside anyway. He headed it behind to Lamar Parks, who was getting himself ready for a cross. That's 6 minutes of play here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, G.N.G Oadby Town 0. Remember, the highlights of tonight's match will be available tomorrow morning here on the CUTV YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe for more exclusive content from the club and the show. And at half-time, remember to go and check out the exclusive interview with Coventry United's new signing, Chris Camwell, the former Coventry City and Hereford man, who returns to the club after a one-season stint with United a couple of years ago. He is in the squad tonight. He's on the bench, so we could well see the return of Cammy at the Butts Park Arena this evening. Carey. Joe Cairns, crossfield ball. Controlled well by Sawyer. Cross it, it's over. Riley O'Sullivan didn't quite make it to Haddo. Baines plays it all the way to the other side, kept in by Hundal. Zaya flicks it on for Hundal again, off the volley. Brilliant defensive work by Oadby and well cleared. Here's Gomez. Parks looking to take it on, out sprinting Perkins. He makes sure that he doesn't catch him. Parks now the left side of the penalty area. He's got options down line, finds Zaya. Looking to play the right ball to Gomez. He was taken out by Carey from behind. Referee waves away protest, and United will head up the other end now. Tyler Haddo lunging by Baines. Again, referee and moves. Carey up the flank with Riley O'Sullivan. There's plenty of space out wide for Valence, and that's who O'Sullivan is trying to catch. It is kept in by Ben Valence, although there are appeals on the far side by Gadhania. Did that hit the arm of Baines? Referee says corner, but apparently it did not hit the arm. The arm was outstretched. It appears it hit his torso rather than the arm. And Coventry United will have themselves a corner kick from the left-hand side. I can say the drummer's back behind the goal that United are attacking, so a bit of incentive for the red and greens. The atmosphere has rocketed since the season has started. It's amazing to have the fans back. It's Joe Cairns lining up this corner kick. O'Sullivan on the line, making a nuisance of himself between Godhani and Andrews. And he goes from Joe Cairns. O'Sullivan tried to hook it in. Still alive with Nat Kelly, with the flags raised against the United centre-back. Free kick to Oadby. Well, United's next outing is a good old journey over to Bedfordshire with a match against Potton United. Some long away trips lined up this season. But we here at CUTV love a good away day. We will be bringing you live commentary of that match. And of course the highlights and interviews to boot. Andrews will finally get this goal kick taken. Skewed towards the right hand side. Godhani and misses it. Throw in to the red and greens deep into enemy territory. Throw down line to Kelly, now Perkins. Could have played it out wide with Sawyer, but goes for a more central location with Sullivan. It's headed away by Richmond, kept alive by Sawyer. And Sullivan tried to cushion it down, but Cairns ran past it. Zaire able to find Baines. Offside flag stays down. It's going to be down to Reece Francis to collect the ball. I think Gomez was too busy checking the flank rather than sprinting to beat Francis to the punch. 10 minutes gone. Time flies when you're having fun at the Butts Park Arena in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Still 0-0. Tyler had a cushion header into the penalty area. Sullivan should get there just before he goes out, but the control wasn't quite there, and it's out of play for the goal kick, although he nearly curled it into the net, trying to play it back to Andrews. Make sure to hit the like button if you are enjoying today's coverage, and we are on the lookout for sponsors this season. Make sure to get in touch with the emails on screen for more information on not just CUTV sponsorship, but player sponsorship and club sponsorship. There's many ways you can support Coventry's #1 non-league side this season. Highest ranked non-league side for 5 straight years. And the Red and Greens are certainly hoping to make it at least #6 this season, if not going for promotion, and a good run in the FA Vars as well. So far so good, like we said in the intro, 2 wins so far, only conceded 1. And that man, Nat Kelly, is a big part of that defensive record, dispossessing Parks. Richmond to Arjun Hundal. Blocked in a bit on this near side, but he is able to find Ben Salt. Chips it over to the right-hand side where Nikisha Godhani is waiting. Dinks it into the box and thumped out on the far side by big Dom Perkins. United able to intercept the throw and played up line by Carey for another throw, but Coventry have got a few yards between themselves and the net. Godhania plays a 1-2 with Zaya, but the 2 wasn't very good. It's had a play for a Coventry United throw this time, virtually the same position. Well, if you can't make it to the game, but you are free after it, then post-match hospitality is at the New Albany pub for this season. So if you fancy dropping in for a pint, say well done to the players of either team, whoever wins, and then make sure to get to the Albany this evening for the post-match hospitality. Valence with this throw-in. Over Haddo's head, back where it came from by Rick Veer-Gill. Nice turn by Parks, and he beat Kelly for pace. It's Parks through on goal for Oadby, and it's a great save by Francis. The first one is Hundell, blocked by the chest of Sawyer. Parks can't believe it in the penalty area. Stayed down, just in awe of what happened. For the Oadby had got themselves the lead. Two brilliant chances. First by Parks, crucial save from Francis, and then Sawyer was there to block the follow-up from Arjun Hundell. Fantastic stuff from the Red and Greens. They're looking penetrable at the moment. Famous last word, perhaps. Salt. Josiah. Gomez, and Parks was offside. No arguments, just a look of disappointment from the Oadby number 11. Has been Oadby's go-to man in the early going. United with that brilliant chance early on through Tyler Haddo. It was basically a tap-in for the United striker, but just misjudged the strike. Aside from that, United haven't really put Oadby under too much pressure within their own penalty area. Here's Faulkner, who looks to change that. His first league start since his move last year from Coventry Spinks. Carrion, here's Haddo again! And it's stabbed over his own net by Rick Veer-Gill. He wasn't going to give the Haddo the chance that time. Well, in fact, no, now the referee has changed his mind. He's given it as a goal kick. So it appears it was Haddo who fired it over. "15 minutes gone here on Coventry United TV. Coventry United 0, G.N.G Oadby Town 0. Baines shows it onto the far side. It's with Godhania. Vance matches him for pace and plays it back with Francis. Williams under pressure from behind. And United have got to clear their lines here. And Don Perkins nearly caught out by Parks, but he stood strong and kept possession. Played out with Cairns, but again forced back towards his own goal. Here's Sawyer, takes it around Zaya, and United can rest easy now. They've got a bit of space to utilise. Faulkner in the centre circle. Crossfield to Valance on the left. Return to Faulkner in the centre. Perkins. Here's Nat Kelly. Lob towards Haddo. Can he bring it down? Deflected out by Baines. Was it? No, he held him off. And Baines having a discussion with his centre partner, Gill. It was great work from Baines, but he's saying, why was it necessary? Who was picking up Haddo? Down the centre from Andrews off the goal kick. Williams using the midfielder as a launch pad there. Referee says nothing doing. And here's Williams again. This time it's given for infringement, I think by O'Sullivan on Richmond. And United taking their time in giving Oadby the ball back, allowing themselves to shape up at the back. Everyone's set up and Oadby ready to go with Richmond. Taken short to Adam Zia. Oh, tried to chip it over to the right. Haddo with the interception. It's Tyler Haddo for Coventry United. No mistakes that time. Haddo bagged for the first straight game. It appears no defence can handle Tyler Haddo this season. Oadby got lucky the first time Haddo had a chance. They didn't get lucky the second time. Power and placement to perfection from Tyler Haddo on 18 minutes. Coventry United have the lead.
Coventry United 1, G.N.G Oadby Town 0.
Plenty of noise from the Red and Green Army. A new member of the Red and Green Army here. Young pug named Tilly sat next to us, the guest of Roy and Zoe Eden. So at least I'm not the only one who's going barking mad tonight. It's the first football game, and I doubt it will be the last. Even fans of the canine variety can't seem to stay away from the red and greens. Lovely crossfield ball to Hundal. On the edge of the penalty area, Joe Cairns there to pick up the pieces as United settle back into their rhythm after taking the lead. Parks trying to find the teammate, but deflected out of play by Cairns. United lead by 1-0 thanks to Tyler Haddo's goal. And Kelly again sends that ball where it came from. Another throw-in for Oadby Town. They've got to try and get back into this. The stats so far this season don't make for pleasant reading for Oadby. 6 conceded, 0 scored in their opening 2 matches. And if they've come here looking to score a goal, this is not an easy place to find the net. Unless you're in a red shirt. It's a big task for Oadby. Let's see if they're up to the challenge. United weren't up to that particular challenge as Kyle Carey played that one straight through the gap in the defence. No one making the run. And it's Charlie Andrews who lost it to the right-hand side of the park. Got Harnier beaten mid-air by Ben Valance at the expense of a Oadby throw just shy of the halfway line. Salt. Parks getting a little muddled up there with his feet. Able to maintain possession from Williams. Through the legs of Carey from Salt. Great run from Ben Sol, but shoved off the ball well by Kyle Carey. Faulkner brought down by Parks off the ball. Referee says play on. Cairns to O'Sullivan trying to trick his way past Richmond. And I'm not sure who O'Sullivan was trying to find there. Played a low one into the box. It didn't beat the first man. Collision between Perkins and Gomez. Referee waves away appeals in the favour of Coventry United. Joe Smith going for a quick warm-up. First game that Smith hasn't started this season. He's been preferred it right back to Harry Sawyer. Sawyer's been given his chance tonight. Sawyer, a mere ever-present for Coventry United over the past couple of years. There's a very special character to display Sawyer. As United manager has said, we're not playing favourites, we're playing the squad for the match, for the opposition. Gomez in the centre circle, and here come Oadby. Pushing on. Oh, this is a fantastic run, but an unfortunate stumble on the slide. Joe Cairns furious. He feels there was a dive. Ben Salt racing through. One-on-one with Reece Francis. There was a tackle in there from a United player. Down went Salt. And United had kicked the ball out because there was an injury to one of the Oadby men. But United safely avoiding that particular move. Faulkner. Giving away to Godhania. Flicked on by Salt, only as far as Williams for United. Now here come Oadby after dispossessing Kyle Carey. It's Lamar Parks. He's looked a threat so far. Can't find a route around Perkins, but he'll take the corner for Oadby. Just joining us here on CUTV, the half-time mark of the first half. 22.5 minutes gone. Coventry United lead Oadby by 1-0. Tyler Haddo with the goal. You could have had 2. Missing a brilliant opportunity in the opening minutes, but he's got the one that counts. It's now up to Parks with this corner to try and drag United back. Flicked off the head of Baines. They're going to go out for a throw-in. No, it's not. It's just kept in. Down line to Richmond. Oadby going to have to push on again from the halfway line. Chipped up the left where Baines is waiting. Flicks it away from Sawyer, and again Perkins Smashes it across the penalty area, only as far as Parks. Shields well. Now looks for the cross, taking on Valance, and he got past Valance, but he couldn't take the ball with him. You had to get pretty early up in the morning to get the better of Ben Valance, I should say. See, I can't even get the words out, I'm so impressed. Gomez, the target. Perkins, the recipient for Coventry United, intercepting that ball from Gurpreet Tandy. Perkins now, Faulkner United just playing it cool. No unnecessary risks at the moment. They've got the lead, looking to consolidate it. Perkins, signed from Walsall Wood this summer, managed by Darren Byfield, hot favourites in the MFL this season. Baines gets the better of Haddo, turns the United forward. Not many men can out-trick Tyler. But there's the challenge on Zia by Carey. And the slide in by Zia, taking Williams out. Clear-cut free kick. Straight down the centre of the park. Probably too far out for Joe Cairns to have a go, but you try telling him that. I spoke to Josh O'Grady yesterday at the New Oadby pub with the team meeting. And I said, you better get back soon, because when you get back, you might not have the free kicks all to yourself. Joe Cairns has been fantastic on the set pieces during Josh's unfortunate absence. It's going to be a delivery rather than a strike, it appears. Cairns, nodded across by Kelly and into the grateful gloves of Charlie Andrews. Now the chase is on for Ben Salt. He's got Gomez to his left, but he's getting into a crossing position. Slide in by Faulkner, takes the ball to Valance, and he'll do the rest. O'Sullivan, a stumble on the way through, and the referee has given the foul against Mandeep Baines. The other way again. Here's Joe Cairns across the near side of the park. Connects with the hip of Tyler Haddo. Flicks it over Baines. Nods it away from Richmond. Tyler Haddo still going. Shields it from Baines again. How has Haddo still got this ball? Shields it into the corner. Tyler Haddo. And he's got the free kick out of it. Brilliant solo effort from Tyler Haddo. Riley Sullivan's barely had a touch because it's all going through Haddo today. Still United 1, Oadby 0. Will that change with this Joe Cairns free kick from the right-hand side? We know how Cairns has enjoyed taking set pieces in the absence of Josh O'Grady in the opening weeks of the season. Over Perkins and nodded out for another corner by Baines on the opposite side. Remember to hit the like button if you're enjoying today's coverage, and subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for more exclusive content, live streams, interviews, highlights, commentaries, and everything in between. The bad news is you'll hear my voice a lot more if you do. It's Carey, low to Haddo, tries to flick it on with the heel. It's blocked off in close proximity by Adam Zia, and now the counter is on with Lamar Parks. Gomez is with him, as is Salt, but Parks is run curtailed by Charlie Faulkner, who lunges in and takes out a play for the throw-in. For saying that he's an attacker, Charlie Faulkner makes one hell of a midfielder. And Williams catches Tandy with the studs. He tried to regain possession quickly. Had 100 listeners so far tonight. Thank you for your support. Remember, the highlights will be online tomorrow morning. Zia on the halfway line. Ben Salt. Salt slides in on Joe Cairns. He goes down holding his ankle, but Charlie Faulkner comes away with the ball. And that's a great ball to Tyler Haddo. One-on-one with Charlie Andrews, with the ball just gone away from him. Too close to Andrews. It looked like a perfect opportunity. No fault on Haddo at all. The ball was just a little too quick for him. Well, we'll be taking a short break at half-time for around 10 minutes. So make sure to go and get yourself a cup of tea or any other sort of beverage. Get back here for 8:45 for the exciting conclusion of tonight's match. As it stands, United on course for their third win in 3. But it's early days yet. We haven't even had half an hour of play yet. So it's too early for Terry Anson and his coaches just have to dream of a hat-trick of victories to start the United Counties League. And Francis off his line trying to meet Gomez. Hundal, Francis back on his line now as Oadby look for a route through, and Perkins goes down. Referee says no, but Williams finishes the job. Chest control by Hundal, takes it only as far as Faulkner, and Val Faulkner with a lovely ball launched over the back line. It's a race between the ball and O'Sullivan. It's a race O'Sullivan has just won. Hardo's waiting in the penalty area. Red shirts make themselves available. It's played off the leg of Matt Richmond for a Coventry United throw. It just shows how quickly this game could turn on a single pass. Faulkner has looked very impressive in that midfield. Faulkner chips it up the right flank for Riley O'Sullivan. Stabbed out by Richmond again. Another throw in, a little closer to the touchline this time. Cross ball by Perkins, easily collected by Godhania. Let Salt take on the charge. Down goes Haddo. Oadby continuing. Looked like Godhania may have been offside there. Referee's assistant keeps the flag down. And it's booted up the other side. And then a throw in for Oadby. Deep into their own turf, so they can ill afford to give the ball away here. You might be able to hear Tilly the pug next to us barking away. I'm sure that's dog talk for Come On United. Oadby failed to make any inroads with that throw given away to United defender Nat Kelly. Here's Francis. Hasn't exactly had a quiet night. But Reece likes to keep busy on match days. The only thing he doesn't like doing is picking the ball out of his own net. He hasn't had to do a lot of that this season. Tyler Harris found the net quite a few times. He did it on that occasion, launching it into the United fans behind the goal. Hit by Andrews. Changes his header, it's going to go straight out of play, and Hundal telling his teammates, leave it, it's going. There's a few familiar faces in the Butts Park Arena ranks tonight. Former Coventry players in Gift Musa and Rio Hudson in attendance. Rio, of course, the youngest goal scorer in Coventry United history. I could well be challenged with the signing of 16-year-old Sean Wills, who was in the squad on Sunday for the Worcester game. Not involved tonight, but potential young hotshot in the United team. Maybe going after Rio's record. Ball harmlessly out of play. Andrews is going to take this goal kick. Into the centre circle. It's a good header by Aaron Williams, but it was too forceful. Went through Tandig to get to it. It's not something that the official liked the look of. Taking a bit of time to get the ball back to Oadby. Riley O'Sullivan trying to play it to the referee and let it go all the way to the near side. So Oadby having to do a bit of extra running when the ball isn't in play. Richmond. straight onto the chest of Sawyer in the penalty area. Maybe hoping for a United error. They don't come very often. Here's Riley O'Sullivan. Going to out-muscle Oadby's number 6, Gill. Into the air he goes. Riley O'Sullivan. Down goes Gill. Took Sullivan with him. Referee says corner. Muted protest from Riley O'Sullivan. Gill, uneasy on his feet, tripped and went back first into Riley O'Sullivan, who, to be fair, wasn't particularly heading goal bound. It would have been a bit harsh on Oadby. Cairns towards Haddo. Got the header towards goal, but it's cleared easily enough. Here's Lamar Parks. United's lead just 1, so they can't afford to give Oadby any sort of opportunities here. Here's Perkins. Coventry just looking to consolidate now. They've been stretched a little in these last 10 minutes. Sided by Baines, takes it away from O'Sullivan, but he got too much of the United striker for the referee's liking. Free kick to the Red and Greens. Played out to the far side with Charlie Faulkner. Got Hardy getting the final touch on that. Coventry United throw. Just shy of the penalty area. We're in a great position for Terry Anderson's men to work with. Here's O'Sullivan chesting it down. Return to Valance. Drills it low. Turned away by Baines. Perkins brings it back for Coventry. Cairns ducks away. Low effort. Off the mark from the former Walsall youngster. Well, they just saw from the UEFA Super Cup from Windsor Park between Chelsea and Villarreal, the winners of the Champions League and Europa League. It's still 0-0 after 22 minutes there. We'll keep you updated with the score. Not too sure if it's on TV. I assume it will be on probably on BT Sport. They've got all the rights for the European competitions. We've also got to keep you updated with what's going on at the Ricoh Arena, with Coventry City taking on their former landlords, Northampton. We'll keep us up to date with that score in a little while. Free kick given in favour of Coventry United as Williams goes down. Carey now out wide with Harry Sawyer. Back to Cairns, back to Sawyer. Lovely interplay here. Runs straight into an Oadby man, but retrieved by Cairns. Baines again bringing the ball away for Oadby. Turns away from Sawyer. And Cairns is still down. Oadby playing on though. Salt racing towards that loose ball in the penalty area. Picked up by Francis. And Francis playing the ball out, so Joe Cairns can get the treatment he needs. Dan White, the physio, ready to be called into action. It's another painful afternoon for the Cairns cousins. Of course, Joe's cousin Liam was injured in the FA Cup match on Sunday. Suffered 2 broken teeth, a broken jaw and a broken nose in a clash of heads with a Worcester man. Very nasty looking injury. To his credit, Kenzie is here tonight backing his teammates. His cousin Joe coming in to replace him that day and claimed a goal. I'm still not sure whether it will be given to him. It was a free kick that was diverted in by a Worcester defender. But now Joe is in need of some help. I can tell you, for those waiting for the Sky Blue score, Coventry City are winning by 1-0. That goal coming from Tyler Walker in the 13th minute. Try and keep up with all the scores throughout the Carabao Cup. So there's 5 games tonight in the Carabao Cup. Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 0, Burton 0, Oxford 0, Coventry 1, Northampton 0, Leyton Orient 0, QPR 1, that's on TV, and Nottingham Forest 2, Bradford 0. Please say that Joe Cates is back on his feet and looks set to go. He'll be returning to the pitch at the earliest possible opportunity. Well, it will be an Oadby throw, but you'd assume that they'd play the ball back to Coventry. Well, in fact, the referee is going to do a drop ball. It was booted out by Francis, but the referee deciding not to award the throw and give a drop ball to Coventry instead. And Coventry back underway with Valence. Here's O'Sullivan. Valence looking for a crossfield ball, but it was charged down by Tandy. O'Sullivan, a bit of a stumble under the pressure of Tandy. It's another free kick for the Red and Greens. Coventry quickly lose out. It's Lamar Parks now, shoulder to shoulder with Perkins. Now it's Kelly's job to try and bring him away. What a challenge by Kelly! He had to get that right in from the side, snatches the ball just as Parks is ready to take aim. Well, both men have taken a knock in that exchange. Referee calls a halt to play. United looking for the counter. Parks is immediately up, and thankfully Kelly is okay as well. I can say the Coventry United substitutes, one of which, of course, is the returning Chris Calmer. Out to where we have the goalkeeper Chris Roscoe, defender Joe Smith, and wingers Dominane and Ty Knight. Haddo tried to turn Zier and gets the free kick. Referee very whistle happy at the moment. Williams. See Ben Vance on the left-hand side. Carey, Faulkner's in support, twisting and turning. Carey trying to create some space. Valence into Tyler Haddo, but Baines was there to pick up the pieces. Basically gives it straight back to Valence, but it is Oadby who raced clear. Nuno Gomez, who's been a bit quiet over the last 10 minutes. Charged down by Williams. The ball falling to Cairns, who safely plays the ball back to Reece Francis. 4 minutes to go until half-time. Coventry United 1, G.N.G. Oadby Town 0. You have to feel that Coventry have a bit more in the tank than they're letting on, but they're controlling the game well. Trying to limit Oadby's attacking play. Trying not to leave themselves exposed at the back. Well, I still remember the substitutes for Oadby are Karim Shankar, Jagraj Gill, Vijay Siddhar, John De La Seda and Jovan Sahota. Well, that throw pretty much returned to where it was taken by the Oadby defence. Perkins is going to play it back to Francis. Across the Valence, closed down by Salt. Francis. Perkins blasts it off Lamar Parks for a goal kick. Saw the danger coming and flipped the table. The only real substitutes we've had in this first half was the short injury delay with Joe Cairns. Took about 2 minutes to sort out, so you see no more than 2 minutes. 3 at a push. I've had a time. Coventry looking for one more chance before the half-time break, which comes in 2 minutes plus stoppages. Sawyer. Good job by Perkins, thumped up the right-hand side. That's going to go straight out for a goal kick if Richmond can see it out. He does indeed. Andrews. No one could stand the claim to that. The second's picked up by Sawyer. Kerry momentarily brought the ball back to Coventry, but it's back with the Blues. Tandy looking for Ben Salt. Faulkner got there first and was caught in that exchange. Gone down holding his ankle. And Dan White called into action again. So Faulkner being taken to, once again, the current score is Coventry United 1, Oadby 0. Tyler Haddow, now the joint top scorer of Coventry United this season with 3 goals. Riley O'Sullivan bagging 2 on the opening day against Long Bookby, and a further strike against Worcester on Sunday. Quick reminder that United will face Westfield in the preliminary stage of the FA Cup a week from Saturday. And Haddow right into the danger zone, home to double United advantage. Joe Cairns came in a whisker of making it 2-0, a long-range hit. When it comes to strikes from that sort of distance, you don't have to ask Joe twice. And Andrews didn't know where that ball was going to land. Luckily for him, it didn't land in his net. And after just 30 seconds of added time, the referee calls for the half-time whistle. Half-time score at Coventry United. The Butts Park Arena, Coventry United 1, G.N.G, Oadby Town 0. Tyler Haddow with that goal. We're going up there for around 10 minutes here on CUTV. See you in a bit. Well, Roy's very pleased with himself with the timing of the entrance music here at the Butts Park Arena. By the way, for people asking, it is Sham 69s if the kids are united. Well, the kids certainly are united at the moment. And it looks like the scoreline's united as well. Coventry United leading by 1-0 as we kick off the second half at the Butts Park Arena. No half-time changes from what I can see. We'll, of course, keep you up to date with the players coming on, players coming off during the second half. And Coventry immediately on the attack. Here's Faulkner. Williams. Brought down, great opportunity for Coventry United. It's Kyle Carey. Deflected wide, he tried the shot at a tight angle. And an early corner for the Red and Greens, but the Oadby player has gone down hurt. It looks like it's Baines who's in difficulty. So a quick recap of the starting lineups for Coventry United first of all. The team is Francis, Sawyer, Valance, Williams, Kelly, Perkins, Joe Cairns, Faulkner, O'Sullivan, Carey, Haddow. And for Oadby, it's Andrews, Hundrell, Godhania, Richmond, Baines, Gill, Salt, Zia, Gomez, Tandy and Parks. Well, the referee calling over the Oadby physio, the player saying that Baines doesn't need attention. Well, the physio's ready in case he's needed. Referee telling the physio now hold fire. It looks like Baines is okay to continue. Moving a little gingerly at the moment, but should be okay. After that injury stoppage to Baines, Cairns will get us back underway with this score towards Haddow, sends it skyward. Well, Tyler Haddow has had a bit of a hit and miss game. He's had 4 decent chances. He's hit one of them though, and that is the difference between Coventry United and Oadby at the moment. And one of the players that I've been interested, I don't know about you, but has been Charlie Faulkner, the United number 8, playing in a bit of an alien position really in central midfield. The players congregating on this near side, they know that's where Andrews is putting this ball. Bounces onto the head of Kelly. Zia. Stop with a leg of Valance, taken on by Salt, slide in by Williams. Kelly diverts it out off the hip. Return ball to Godhania, wasn't quite what was expected. Cairns keeps it alive for Coventry, they can't clear their lines. Here's Valance, ducks past Zia. Here's O'Sullivan, cushioned nearly to Kyle Carey, but on the slide it's Tandy who prevents United picking up the ball, and it's going to be a United throw though, as it's onto the touchline just over it. Valance, Faulkner. And he gets a free kick, a bit of a soft free kick I must say, went down under a bit of pressure from behind by Rick Vergill. It's a free kick United will gladly take, just in from the left touchline. Cairns on free kick duty again. Towards that far post. Leaping up and grabbing it is Charlie Andrews. And now the chase is on for Oadby. Lovely chip pass, and now it's one-on-one with Lamar Parks. But tracking back is Charlie Faulkner to hold him off. And it's gathered by Francis. Faulkner is having a faultless day. His first league start for Coventry United after signing from Coventry Spinks all the way back in, I think it was October. He had substitute appearances against Town and obviously the 2 games this season. It's the first time he started, and he's been with the club, thinking about it, 9 months. Obviously most of that time United weren't playing due to COVID. It's a big occasion for Charlie, and he is not disappointing. Here's Harry Sawyer. Loses out in a dangerous position to his opposite number 2. It's Hundrell. And a completely wasted attempt from Hundrell. dinking it into the box, but there was no blue shirts there, only the maroon shirt of Reece Francis. And by the way, Reece has said he's not happy with the colour of his shirt. He wants a more fluorescent design, he said, so he's hoping for a neon green one to arrive soon. O'Sullivan's cross. Haddo! Oh, that is a supreme save! Everything about that header said goal, except for the reactions of Charlie Andrews. Haddo picked out the top corner beautifully, but Andrews tipped it round the post to keep the deficit at just the one. Haddo's not going to come much closer than that tonight without scoring. First line cross by Faulkner. Haddo's in there again. Richmond tried to clear with the head, but now it's Baines trying to finish the job. But picked up on the edge of the area by Perkins, trying to chip it over Hundrell. It's Riley O'Sullivan collecting, drags it wide. Believe it or not, after 50 minutes, that is the first shot that Riley O'Sullivan's had. .50 minutes gone. Coventry United 1, Oadby Town 0, but the Red and Greens coming very close through that Tyler Haddo header. Hundrell collects a decent curling ball on the left-hand side. There was contact. Hundrell felt a tug on the shoulder. But the referee says no, and Faulkner will continue. As he was involved in that incident. Now Coventry have been given an advantage as Faulkner is taken out. It's Harry Sawyer now. We're going to put it in for Tyler Haddo. I think he dove a little bit too early. Trying a bit of a Keith Houch in there with the attempted diving header. But I think his chest was literally grazing the grass. And Oadby now looking to calm things down on the far side of the field with Lamar Parks taking on Sawyer. Looking for a route into the penalty area from the left-hand side. Here's Nuno Gomez deflected across the box. And Salt will look to pick up the pieces now. Scott Godhania down line with the pass was under here. And Ben Valance creates some space for himself. Darting up the left-hand side. It's past O'Sullivan. Carey waiting for the ball to come to him. Baines able to collect it in that exchange, but Haddo brings it back. O'Sullivan, Valance. O'Sullivan wants it through. Riley O'Sullivan on the chase. He's onside. He's got options in the penalty area. O'Sullivan across to Kyle Carey. It would have found Carey. It was a crucial bit of defence from Baines, just turning it around the leg of Kyle Carey out for a throw-in on the far side. As counter-attacks go, that was pretty good. But Oadby still able to keep the red and greens out. Remember, the highlights of today's game can be found on YouTube tomorrow night. youtube.com/Coventry United for all of your Coventry United videos, live streams, commentary, interviews, everything in between. And there is a free kick now for Coventry United in a dangerous position. Shooting opportunity perhaps for Joe Cairns. About 7 or 8 yards outside the penalty area. This is more than within Cairns' limits. He's emerged as a bit of a set-piece star in the absence of Josh O'Grady in pre-season and the opening months of the UCL season, but he tried to dink it into a Coventry United player, and Oadby able to clear for a throw-in on the far side. Not one of the better set pieces we've seen from Cairns, but perhaps the commentator's curse is having an effect. The ball in the hands of Sawyer, midway into Oadby territory. Here's Aaron Williams. Cairns. Looking for Kyle Carey there, Sawyer, but it's collected by Richmond. Look at the pace of Gomez, but held off by Dom Perkins, who goes down in a heap. Kelly got there first, and the referee is now calling it back for a head injury to Dom Perkins. I don't think he's given the foul, so we'll get him away once again with a drop ball. So of course, with any sort of head injury, you cannot be too careful. Coventry United have a string of away matches lined up. 4 in a row, I can tell you, and that is not including any potential first qualifying round match in the FA Cup if United can beat Westfields. So United have Potton away, that's Saturday. Then next Saturday it's Westfields in the FA Cup. The following Tuesday it's away to Harborough, and then on the 28th, that's another Saturday, will be Newport Pagnell. But then on the bank holiday Monday, United return to the Butts. That's the 30th of August against Oadby Town. Now that is going to be a blockbuster of a match. United with a few away journeys coming up, so they've got to make the most of the home advantage. Riley O'Sullivan trying to do that, but his strike ends up in the players' car park. We'll have to use some of the player fire money to fix someone's windscreen. About 235 people watch today's coverage, so a massive thank you to all of the supporters from Coventry United and Oadby and any neutrals who just fancy listening to some coverage of football tonight. Hanno tried the back heel, Richmond collects. Thrown on the halfway line as the left back's run. Blocked up by Sawyer. And we're going to have our first change of the evening. And I can tell you it is Nikisha Godhania leaving the field. I believe it's Jovan Sahota coming on. I think it's the number 17. Wait to see the shirt number, but I believe it is Sahota.
Change for Oadby. Off.
There's Nikisha Godhania. So, if you haven't heard that, Roy Eden backing out of trying to pronounce the players' names. It's a job that I have to do, Roy, so look and learn, Flower, look and learn. So, you might not hear it from Roy, but you'll hear it from me. Nikisha Godhania, the number 3, has been replaced by number 17, Jovan Sahota. Yeah, Roy said that's what he said. I didn't hear him. Should have got Connor to do it. Connor West aptly filling in as the stadium announcer, seeing as Roy didn't want to do it last weekend. Now Riley O'Sullivan all the way through. Riley O'Sullivan, open goal! What on earth was going on there? Riley O'Sullivan catching an offender out, snatching the ball from under his nose, taking it around the goalkeeper, and the easiest finish Riley O'Sullivan will ever have. Coventry United 2 up, and Oadby Town look set for a 3rd consecutive defeat.
Coventry United 2, G.N.G. Oadby Town 0.
Things looking good for the Red and Greens tonight. Hopes are high for this season. Not an easy league to come to by any means. United swapping from the MFL Premier Division to the United Counties League Premier Division South. And the Oadby management team not happy on that far side of the field. I think believing that O'Sullivan committed a foul in that exchange of play, which led to the goal. I must say, I do not agree with them one bit. There's plenty of room for physicality in this game, and I'm glad to see the referees actually allowing some physicality for both teams, it must be said. That's Coventry United now leading by 2-0, and there is some activity on the Coventry United bench. You can see Joe Smith being particularly excited. And here's a substitute, Sahota. Played by Gill. Gomez being manhandled by Nat Kelly, and that is definitely going to be a free kick. Like I said, there's a room for physicality, but Not quite that much room. And it is getting a little bit tasty as Perkins and Salt, bit of pushing and shoving. And it comes to him when Reece Francis is the calming head in these sorts of things, but he is. Shaka's usually, well, he's got the gloves, so I'd put him in first if he's an instant like this, but bit of handbags at dawn, really. I don't think there'll be anything particularly bad that the referee wants to look at. No doubt it was a foul. Referee perfectly inclined to give the free kick against Nat Kelly. I'm not too sure why this shoving match started in the first place. It seemed completely unnecessary for both teams. Well, now cooler heads have to prevail as United will defend this free kick coming in from Nuno Gomez. No further action taken by the referee in terms of yellow cards after that incident. It's Gomez, sent high into the sky by Perkins. Perkins went down, Herbis immediately back on his feet, and United have got themselves a free kick now as Cairns was brought down by Gomez in that exchange. Both battling one-on-one for the ball, and G&G, I should say. I thought we were playing G&P Sports for a minute there. G&G Oadby Town set to bring on another change. You can see number 12, Karim Sanka, on the far side, going for a warm-up. Really, he should be wearing a bib, because the referee may think there's a 12th player on. Headed by Zia. A dangerous position collected by Charlie Faulkner. Richmond atones for his teammate's error at the expense of a throw-in. Well, there's definitely some activity on the Coventry United bench. Can't see who's coming on. Oh. No, Roy, you're trying to get my hopes up there. It's not Chris Camwell, it's Ty Knight. He's trying to make me think it's 60. I know the difference between a 5 and a 6. It's minuscule, but it's there. So Ty Knight is getting ready. So number 10 on the board. So that would indicate Kyle Carey coming off. That change, we'll have to wait for now, but Ty Knight will be coming on for another substitute appearance. And Hanno trying to chest it back to Sawyer. It's straight out of play for the G&G Oadby Town throw. We've had over an hour of play at the Butts Park Arena in the United Counties League, Premier Division South, 2-0 Coventry United. Okay, to make it free, sir, on the volley, Charlie Faulkner looking for his first Coventry United goal, well held by Andrews. Perkins with a strong header, but collected by Tandy. Hundauers stayed on that left-hand side despite the introduction of Sahota. Sawyer in plenty of space for the cross. Yeah, he didn't judge the cross right, and Richmond, who collects gratefully for Oadby. Free kick given in favour of Oadby as Perkins with a bit of a body check on Lamar Parks. Remember to hit the like button on the YouTube video if you are enjoying today's coverage. 252 viewers. We'll say thank you to Lee Williams, Tammy O'Farrell, I should say, there's no apostrophe in there, and Brian Kitaran, who have commented on the video tonight. Here comes the change for Coventry United. It is, as we thought, Kyle Carey replaced by Ty Knight.
And the change for United on Ty Knight off Kyle Carey.
So Knight comes on for the Red and Greens. Knight playing a bit of a deeper role than Carey, so potentially United going for a 4-4-2 they don't usually utilise, it must be said. In fact, Williams is lining up alongside the defender, so in fact, I think it's a 5-3-2. So Williams now slotting in at centre-back. And G.N.G had made a change for themselves as Richmond was taken off and replaced by Karim Shanker. But the assistant and the referee, having a word with the Oadby coaching staff, they're not pleased with the substitution. Maybe the assistant didn't have a chance to check the boots of Shanker. But the intended change, I can tell you, is number 4, Matt Richmond, being replaced by number 12, Karim Shanker.
Change Oadby on Aaron Shanker off.
And number 4, Matt Richmond going off.
Matt Richmond.
And now the change is official. Shanker for Richmond. We're underway again. Nice back heel. Shanker caught by Nat Kelly. Referee says play on. And strike from Gomez. Blocked off, and now Valance looking to clear. It's cleared. Well, in fact, Richmond's actually stayed on, so it looks like it wasn't Richmond who went. So it looks like it was another player for G.N.G. I apologise for that. We'll see who has come off. It happened so quickly, too quickly for the linesman, in fact. Oadby pressuring United. Didn't make any leeway though. Sahota misjudges the header, loses out to Cairns. Now Riley O'Sullivan, who has reclaimed his status as top scorer with his 4th goal of the season. Out to Ty Knight, who's looking for his 2nd goal in United colours after bagging on the final day of last season against Lye. Down goes O'Sullivan, and a misjudged strike by Joe Cairns, trying to chip it towards the net. Let's just say it didn't hit the net. Let's get the latest scores from the Carabao Cup, and while we were away, Northampton have equalised in the 52nd minute. Goal through Keon Atete. So the score of I keep saying the Rico, the CBS Arena. Coventry City 1, Northampton 1. I think Carabao Cup does go straight to penalties. So I'll play for a goal kick. Elsewhere in the Carabao Cup, Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 0, Burton 0, Oxford 0, Leyton Orient 0, QPR 1, and Nottingham Forest 2, Bradford 1. So the Bantams have got one back. Of course, the Bantams being the former nickname of Coventry City until Jimmy Hill came along. Francis. And as far as left back for G.N.G, that being Hundell. Crossover ball by Sahota into the head of Sawyer. His header didn't have the legs on it. It's Hundell to Gomez. Shanker. Here's Salt. Knight in with the challenge. Williams just getting there ahead of Nuno Gomez, but Knight dispossessed by Sahota. And there was nearly a repeat performance of the Riley O'Sullivan goal there, as Mandeep Baines nearly stumbling the ball straight to Haddo. Here's Shanker. Oadby trying to halve the deficit, giving them a chance in this match. Strike by Hundo, charged down by Kelly. Knight, header by Faulkner. And that can only be described as a hopeful shot from Rick Veer-Gill, straight into the car park. And looking at the squad, I can tell you, in fact, that well, we told you it was Matt Richmond who was taken off a little earlier on for Karim Shankar. In fact, it was just Richmond arguing with the official on the far side. I can't tell you, it was actually Adam Zia who was replaced. Adam Zia replaced by Karim Shankar. Apologies for that mistake. Got headed on by Haddo, but collected by Richmond, who is very much still on the pitch. Riley receives. Sawyer. Tried the low cross, but collected under no real duress by Baines. Appeals of a high boot against Falkner. The referee has given it against Gurpreet Tandy. Flicked the ball up, trying to bring it down. That boot was just a little too high for the officials' liking, and Coventry United have themselves a free kick towards the right-hand corner of the penalty area. United pushing everyone forward except for Valance and Sawyer. Everyone out in and around that penalty area as Joe Cairns lines it up. It's toward the far post where Kelly is. Perkins smashes it home. In fact, no, the goal's been disallowed. No. But I can tell you that the goal was actually disallowed. Don Perkins thought he'd smashed it home, but sadly doesn't count. So I can't tell you, it does stay at 2-0. The effort by Don Perkins ruled out, and that was a shame because that was a fantastic hit from Perkins. So the deficit stays at 2. United only making one change thus far. No sight of the new boy, in inverted commas, Chris Campbell. Of course, Campbell having a previous spell. Cairns, lovely through ball to Ty Knight on the left-hand side and sends Sahota to his backside. Squares it for Faulkner. Not a bad effort from that range, but won't be troubling Andrews. King Kaka says, what was the starting line? I'll tell you now. For Coventry United was, get the team news up, Francis, Sawyer, Valance, Williams, Kelly, Perkins, Cairns, Faulkner, O'Sullivan, Carey, Haddo. Nuno Gomez. Perkins as well to stop the attempt. Knight. And Riley O'Sullivan is going to have a job to keep that in. And, well, he did, but an unfortunate stumble ends all that hard work. It's for a throw-in, though, so it's not all wasted. G&G trying their best to mount something with 17 minutes to go. It's still Coventry United 2, Oadby Town 0. If it stays like this, then that would be 8 goals conceded in 3 games for Oadby and none scored. So not the best of starts for Oadby, but of course, wish them well in the season. As long as they're not playing Coventry United. We do quote it down the middle on CUTV, but we do like to see Coventry United win. Cairns on the edge of the area. Balance. Into Haddo. And Richmond does just enough to prevent Haddo from turning it home. O'Sullivan battling for the ball. Goal kick. O'Sullivan believed it should have been a corner, but the referee says no. And there is another Coventry United change coming up. And I don't want to get your hopes up. I think that is Chris Campbell on the far side. I do wish they'd bring the substitutes back to this side. They've moved the technical areas to the far side of the field now, so it's not as easy to tell you who's coming on. But that does very much look like Chris Campbell. I can see the number 11's on the board. That would be Tyler Haddo. Faulkner stumbles. Here's Ben Salt. Blocked off initially by Perkins, who's following him all the way down line. He goes to the ground. I think he tried to take Salt with him. But the Oadby attack continues. In towards Gomez. It's held on the line by Reece Francis. Across straight to the keeper. I can see Joe Smith getting ready. So Joe Smith could well be coming on for Coventry United very soon. Williams skips by the challenge of Gomez. It's behind Knight, that cross. Cairns. Joe Cairns tries one. Blocked off initially by Tandy. Pirouette by O'Sullivan to create some space. O'Sullivan receives it from Aaron Williams. Taking on Richmond. Riley O'Sullivan, I think that's gone off the post. Great feat from O'Sullivan, keeping the ball alive for the Red and Greens. So the Coventry United change coming up. It looks like Oadby are ready for 1-2. So coming off for Coventry United is Kyle Carey. No, that's right, Tyler Haddo, I should say. Carey's already gone, so Tyler Haddo replaced by Joe Smith.
Change from United on Joe Smith, off Tyler Haddo.
So very much defensive change for Coventry United. And an Oadby change. I think it's number 6 who's gone, that's Rick Veer Gill.
Change for Oadby off, on number 14.
It's Jagraj Gill who's come on. And it's Rick Veer Gill who's gone off. Riley sort of gives chase to that long ball. Squares it for Knight, it falls to Knight, some poor defending, turns, shoots, deflected, goalkeeper already dived. Joe Smith, the defender trying for one. He's going to try again, it's blocked again. Smith a lot further up the field than he's used to. Nearly capitalised on another error from Oadby. And it slipped through for O'Sullivan. Danger far from over. It's behind Ty Knight. And through to the other end where Smith is sprinting over to the far side of the field to keep it in. He did keep it in, but loses out to Arjun Hundal. Collected on this near side, that crossfield ball by Lamar Parks. United yet to concede a league goal this season, and they're not going to on that occasion. Intercepted by Sawyer, great through ball. Joe Cairns for his first of the season, takes on Andrews, and again, Andrews is rounded. They have got the third goal now. It's Joe Cairns making it 3-0. With Cairns 1-on-1, you pretty much knew the end result, didn't you? Much like Riley O'Sullivan, Cairns taking it around Andrews, who maybe showed his cards a little too early. And the Red and Greens, for the second straight league game, have bagged themselves free. So with 11 minutes to go, the Red and Greens have stretched their lead even further. And things are looking good for Terry Anderson's side. It has been a brilliant start to the season for Coventry United. They've made their ambitions clear, title or bust. Oadby have a throw just through their own technical area. Baines trying to pirouette through the United players. He fell on the floor, but was able to find the teammates. Sawyer takes it straight out for a throw. And, well, this is a pretty special moment because Dominica Lane, I believe, is getting ready to come on for Coventry United. I'm right in saying it's about 2 years since his last league appearance for Coventry United. He's back to full fitness after an injury nightmare over the last 2 to 3 years. And it's Riley O'Sullivan heading off after another well-executed display. But it's not the player leaving the field that is the story of this substitution. All due respect to Riley, he's been great today, but this is a moment that United fans have been waiting for. The vice-captain of Coventry United, Dominica Lane, returning to the field in a competitive match after 3 injury-plagued years. The Dreadlock Dynamo is back. And straight to Dom Lane. He did get his head in it as well. Knight. Joe Kent plays it out wide to Dom Lane. He might be fit, but he's not Usain Bolt. He's not going to catch that. Tandy all the way back to Baines. Flicked on with the head towards Nuno Gomez. Sent high into the sky by Perkins. Faulkner flicks it up. Shields from the substitute. Here's Valance. And now Alain's on his way, taking on Richmond. And he's won the ball from Richmond. Here's Alain. Dispossessed by Sahota, but he's not giving up. Jamin Sahota clears from Alain. Kelly. Lunging on Smith. In the midfield with Karim Shankar for G.N.G. Oadby Town. 8 minutes to go. Coventry United 3, Oadby Town 0. Into the box where a free kick, I believe, has been given. And yet more pushing and shoving. And Riley O'Sullivan actually jumped from the technical area, hoping to get involved in some more fisticuffs. And this, unfortunately, is a lot more serious than the last one. Coaches, substitutes, all getting involved. And there could be some severe repercussions here. I must say, it was on the far side of the field. I didn't quite see what started this melee, but there were certainly some hands thrown in that exchange. Well, the Coventry United team is certainly not one to back down, that's for sure. You know, Major Terry Anson telling his players, walk away, disperse, end this confrontation. Well, the fans paid for football, they want to see football. Referee calling a number of the players over. Now the ref just checking with his assistants before deciding what course of action to take. It has been a great day for Coventry United so far, 3-0. Another routine victory on the way, it seems, barring a spectacular Oadby comeback. We've seen stranger things in football, but it's probably not a scenario we expect to see come to fruition. And the officials still in conference, deciding what action to take against the offending players. Well, we had a few shoving matches in this game, but that was a much more serious one. Tamio foul saying I can see the ref going mad with his whistle. If anything, I didn't hear the whistle blow once. I think the ref just tried to let them get it out of their systems. Now Terry Hansen having to be calmed down. And some of the Oadby players and coaches directing their anger at him. The referee, I think now, well, I thought he was ready to brand this some punishment. Charlie Faulkner having a little word with the ref, but it appears they're still communicating their thoughts and feelings on that particular incident and deciding if any cards are necessary, and if they are, for whom and what colour.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little date for your diary. Don't get the next home game is the 30th of August, Bank Holiday Monday. 30th of August against Oadby Town. So the next home game is the 30th of August, Bank Holiday Monday against Oadby Town. Make a note of that one.
I think now we are going to see the culmination of the officials' discussion and who is being called over. And it's Dom Lane. Could this be one of the shorter Coventry United appearances? I don't think it's going to be a red card. No, it's just a yellow. It's just a yellow card for Dom Lane. But some of these referees, you never know. They never know how they're going to see these incidents, portray them. And now it's one of the Oadby substitutes coming on. That's Karim Shanker. He's also going in the book, and a yellow card for Shanker. And I think that's it. Well, we've been stopped for, I'd say, a good 3 minutes. And 2 yellow cards later, I believe, I hope and I pray we're getting back to the football. We've only got 2 minutes left. Lee Williams said it's not Carl, is it? No, Carl's gone off. Thankfully, Carl Carey not involved. And what's happened now, I think Sawyer may have been caught late as he cleared the ball. Maybe still some ill feeling. I think the referee's got his book out again. I believe that was a yellow card for Arjun Hundrell. And we've now got 1 minute of normal time left. Still no sign of Chris Camwell. Here's Sawyer. And that was clearly offside against Ty Knight. left-hand side and diverted out. Game just lost a little bit of its spark towards the end. United obviously having the points wrapped up. Oadby maybe seeing the writing on the wall. Maybe not wanting to waste their energy ahead of another game on Saturday. And a reminder, United are away at Potton United on Saturday. A fair old trip. Here's Domelane. Trying to cut in from the left, covered up by Richmond. Here's Faulkner. Now Valance. Chip left by Faulkner towards Valance, but it's Sahota. And a throw in to Coventry United. The ball just edging over the line. By the way, the message that we had regarding Kyle Carey from Lee Williams' account saying, I hope Kyle wasn't involved, is actually Kyle's mum. So Kyle Williams' mum, so Kyle Carey's mum, sorry, saying, hope Kyle wasn't involved. No, don't worry, he's a good boy. He's having his milk and cookies when he gets back to the Albany. No drinks are involved. I'll make sure of it. I'll get him in bed by 10. Here's Valance, just over the head of time out with that promising looking floating ball. A wayward ball down the touchline for Oadby for another Coventry United throw just in front of Terry Anderson, the United manager who I'm sure will be happy with the result. 2 consecutive clean sheets in the league. If they can hang on to this scoreline, 6 goals to boot, plus of course that 4-1 win in the FA Cup on Sunday. Elaine plays it through for Joe Smith. He's got a corner. Deflected off the leg of Gurpreet Tandy, I should say. Read out some of your messages after the final whistle as United about to take this corner kick. There'll be a fair chunk of added time, I'm sure, due to the long delay with that fracas on the far side. Stopped for over 3 minutes, and United see what they're trying to do. They're going to take a short corner, a lane in there too, and Joe Smith making himself available. Lane keeping it in the corner. In fact, he's turned the defenders. And Domelane all the way through. Could he have a strike here? Tries to square it for Joe Smith. Didn't find his intended target. But that'll do. The Red and Greens have won. Final whistle blows. Coventry United with the 3-0 victory. Their second in 2 games in the league. Their 3rd victory all in all. Much like the Long Buckby match, another routine victory. Red and Greens rarely look challenged. And Coventry United's charge to the title continues on the right track. Final score at the Butts Park Arena in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Coventry United 3, G.N.G, Oadby Town 0. So I want to say a massive thank you to Lee Williams, who says, thank you Liam, great guy. You wouldn't say that if you knew me. And Tammy O'Farrell says, brilliant result for United, well done lads, and brilliant commentary by the way. Thank you Tammy, thank you very much. So we'll get a few interviews as well at full time. Might even try and get Dom, seeing it's his first match for about 2 or 3 years, but great performance from Coventry United, job done, on to Potton on Saturday. Highlights of today's game can be found tomorrow on the YouTube channel here at Coventry United TV. And until Saturday's game at Potton, it's goodbye from the Butts Park Arena. Take care. We'll see you on Saturday.